In the last decade, the digital landscape has given rise to a new kind of entrepreneur, the digital creator. From short videos and podcasts to blogs and online courses, millions are turning creativity into a career, reshaping how audiences consume, connect, and spend time online. The creator economy has grown into one of the fastest expanding sectors worldwide. According to a 2024 report by Influencer Marketing Hub, the global creator economy is valued at over $250 billion, projected to surpass $400 billion by 2027. In Kenya, digital platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram have empowered thousands of young people to earn a living through content creation, partnerships, and digital marketing. Online platforms have democratized opportunity, allowing anyone with a smartphone and internet connection to reach global audiences. For many, it's more than content, it's community, advocacy, and livelihood. Digital creators now influence culture, drive conversations, and shape public opinion in ways once reserved for traditional media. As audiences move online, consumer behavior is changing. Brands are investing heavily in influencer marketing, with an estimated $21 billion spent globally in 2024 alone. In Kenya, content creators are increasingly seen as trusted voices, bridging the gap between businesses and digital consumers. For many, the digital space is redefining what work looks like: flexible, independent, and powered by innovation. From comedy and beauty to tech reviews and storytelling, creators are turning passions into professions, challenging traditional career paths in the process. Join Sally Limo and her guests on Family Matters as they explore the rise of the digital creator, the movement transforming creativity into currency, and redefining how we work, share, and inspire in the digital age.
What a timely topic right there from that explainer on matters digital creator economy. And this being the 12th day of November, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching or listening to us from, and welcome to Financial Clinic today. And you are diving deep into one of the fastest growing forces in the modern economy, the rise of the digital creator economy. From YouTubers, TikTokers to bloggers, podcasters, as well as social media influencers, digital creators are not just shaping culture, as we had said earlier, but also redefining how we work, how we earn, and connect online. So how are these creators turning passion into sustainable businesses? What opportunities and challenges exist in this evolving landscape? And what does it mean for the future of entrepreneurs as well as personal branding? To help us unpack this amazing topic this morning, the questions, I'm joined by experts who are at the forefront of this digital revolution. Charlene Kimara, aka Mama Bima, an award-winning insurance agent, a financial advisor, very passionate about helping you protect what matters most, money. And also Anne Masiwedera, personal leadership trainer who helps individuals thrive in the evolving creator economy. Let's get started by welcoming my amazing panel. Amazing ladies, very knowledgeable, when it comes to matters digital economy. Karibuni sana, ladies. Thank you for making time to be here. I'll start with you, Mama Bima.
Yes.
To introduce yourself, then we come to Anne Masi.
Okay, so I still go after you. That was a generous introduction. Asante sana. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kenya, and everyone who's tuned in. I'm Charlene Kimara, but professionally known as Mama Bima Kenya. And happy to be part of today's conversation. I am an insurance professional in this new age of entrepreneurship. So insurance professional who's also on the digital spaces. Yes, 6 years into the business, and currently ranked as the #1 medical insurance agent in the country and the 4th life insurance agent in the country.
Congratulations. Fantastic. Yes. And Masi, come in, in leadership, matters leadership.
My name is Anne Masiwedera. I am a personal leadership trainer.
Yes.
In layman's language, I teach individuals how to lead themselves and see themselves as leaders without titles. You don't need to have a title for you to act and live like a leader. So that's who I am. I'm also the founder and CEO of a company based on leadership, Alida Labs. And I'm an author as well. Yes.
And we want to know how, being a personal leadership, trainer links with the digital economy this morning. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. But to start us off, Mama Bima, maybe from your perspective then, can you describe what digital creator economy is?
I would say it's the new age of entrepreneurship. It's where, individuals, and of course labeled as creators, have learned to monetize their skill set. So we are marrying creativity, and then it's being powered by technology, so courtesy of social media platforms, courtesy of the many digital tools that we have, And individuals have learned that, we don't have just to stick to like traditional employment, There's actually an opportunity for me, if I have, for example, a smartphone, to get onto TikTok, build a brand, build a community around this brand, and monetize. And of course, there are different ways you could monetize this, but I think this was probably triggered especially after COVID-19.
Right.
So we have seen now the new age of entrepreneurship, and especially young people really plugging into this space and being able to earn a livelihood. Okay. So from where I come from, for example, my industry being a very traditional industry, where if you thought of an insurance agent, you either found us in the malls, when you pass by, hi, my name is Charlene, so traditionally being an insurance agent involved either getting a referral from an existing client, it involved making cold calls or prospecting door to door to actually getting to a point where in this digital creator economy, you are finding insurance agents, financial advisors on the different digital platforms, call it whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, and they are educating you. They're creating content. They are educating you, and they're building a community around that. And from that, they are getting now warm prospects. So people now are actually starting now to approach them. Someone is coming in and saying, what, Charlene, did you talked about a personal accident cover yesterday. Could you send me maybe a quote on that? So I believe it is that new age where even professionals, we are able to plug, into the existing digital platforms and being able to monetize and also earn a livelihood from that.
Wow, that was quite profound.
Yes.
I think I don't need to add anything to that. Amazing. And I think from what you've said and from what we heard from the explainer, then really it has redefined what work looks like today, hasn't it? And Mercy, when you keep talking about when the leadership topic comes up, you keep talking about leading from within, isn't it? So how does that principle then connect with what we're talking about this morning, digital creator, creation?
So when it comes to leadership, first of all, we are used to being a leader is somebody who has a title somewhere,
like the CEO of this.
With fancy titles. But now I've demystified it to a point of, because I'm a Christian, the Bible says God created us to dominate and rule. He didn't say a specific person. He didn't say somebody with a title. He said man, me and you.
Correct.
And that's the level we need to see ourselves first. And in the digital space, we are so fond, especially as young people and as a Gen Z, we're fond of seeing people doing this, doing that, trying to do these trends, trying to copy trends here and there. So you tend to lose your authentic self. So leading from within in the digital era and in the digital space means, number one, you need to understand who you are. Before you start trying to see, oh, Charlene is an insurance agent, this is what she does. I'm also into insurance, let me copy what she does. That won't be sustainable, because you have, as a person, you have your own individual self.
Correct.
Like your fingerprints are unique. So why are you trying to copy Charlene's fingerprints? So leading from within is first understanding who you are, and then aligning your content. If you're doing content, in that space of who you are.
Yeah.
This is who I am. This is how I speak. This is how I run my digital space,
Okay.
and going with that. So you're leading yourself from within through that space without
right.
looking at other people, what they're doing. Yeah.
Is it also same as kujituma, the way Gen Zs would say?
Yeah,
Kujituma with a purpose.
yeah, kujituma with a
Okay,
purpose.
there
yeah.
you go. Yeah, Mama Bima, Charlene, when
Yes.
you look at the current growth of this industry, it has rapidly grown today when you look at it.
Yes.
Is it because of lack of job opportunities? Is it because there's so much money in there? What could be the reason of that, you know,
The
exponential growth? Yes.
First, I would say, I think in the explainer, we were told that the digital creator economy, I think as of last year,
Yeah.
it was valued at, I believe, 250 billion USD.
Yeah.
So yes, there is money within that space. And let me give you from, like, even my own example. So Sally, I left formal employment. I was formally employed. I worked at an investment bank. And I left formal employment 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I had never done a sales job. I was a customer experience manager in my last role. So I've always been that pleasant person. I love clients. I love handling customers.
Right.
But I didn't know how to get started in selling. And when I left employment, I joined my husband, who has been an insurance agent for many years.
Okay.
So one of the first things I had to tackle was, how do you sell? I was very introverted. Back then, I was very shy. And if you send me to talk to like a stranger, it would be like, huh? No. I got my certification to be an insurance agent in 2021. And as of last year, what I achieved in 2024, so we're usually ranked by what we call AKI, the Association of Kenya Insurers,
Yeah.
and they will rank all the top agents in the country. So as of last year's numbers, I was ranked the #1 agent in Kenya on medical insurance. That is something that probably takes people 15,
Exactly.
20
You're a
years
newbie
to
in the
hit.
industry, yeah.
But I can tell you what has propelled my growth in my profession
Right.
is because Mama Bima was like the first agent to ever go on social media, shaking, not knowing what she was doing.
Yeah.
But just she showed up when her phone was like this, grainy. But she just kept showing up every day. She was creating content. She was educating you. She was telling you this is what premium means. This is this type of life insurance policy. This is how it works. If you're looking for medical cover for parents, this is how much they cost. Do you get? So there is so much room, and especially for growth.
Yeah.
And eventually you are able to monetize. The more you keep showing up in a jeeper, you get.
Yeah.
So I would say what is really propelling, this whole economy is one, there is proper opportunity for monetization. Okay, like now from my end, for the longest time, it was mainly monetizing from a point of being able to get a community of clientele. Okay. But beyond that, you also now start getting like brand partnerships. What I didn't mention is I'm a co-host at a podcast called the Truth Be Told podcast with a very lovely gentleman called Malim Toto Mwanza.
Oh, wow.
And it's a podcast where we curate conversations for the insurance business. And, with time you start realizing, oh my, we are getting players within the business telling us, we want you to come and help us curate conversations about our brand. So, and that comes with monetization. You're actually paid for that.
Absolutely.
So there is an opportunity, for people to make money in this whole new economy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's access. It reminds you that as long as you have a smartphone, you can get started, by the way, in this economy. You just need a smartphone. Maybe if you're doing a podcast, you just need a recording device, and to be brave enough and to just work hard.
Consistency daily. There's something from you,
yes,
right?
and then it blows up. So I think that is what is really propelling it, and young people realizing that. Yes, we are looking for jobs. We are dropping CVs, and these things are not coming as well.
Okay, yes. And Masi being a young person as well, do you agree with what she's saying? And from where you sit as a trainer, especially in leadership, do you agree with what she's saying when it comes to that? Because also there's an aspect of there's a lot of pressure, from the social media, from the digital space. Yeah. But then, so how then can these digital creators come in and just balance between visibility and authenticity demands, you know.
I agree what she says. With a smartphone, because that's how personally I started.
Yeah.
With the grayish kind of phone where you're like, hey, this quality. But you still keep going. But the problem at times with us young people is we want the instant gratification.
Absolutely.
We want to hit viral immediately.
Yeah.
People will do crazy things just to get seen and be viral.
Right.
But the real thing is, are you going viral for the right reasons? Are you going viral just for the sake of it, so that you can seem famous? Because a friend of mine told me that at times visibility is not favor, but favor is visibility. Yes, you will be seen, but in a moment, and then your relevance will vanish. So even if you're trying to create content, just ensure that you're being relevant in what you're creating, and you're able to align yourself with who you are, because you can't fake for so long. You will fake for 2-3 videos, 2-3 months, and then eventually it fizzes out, and then your real character is seen, and people will not trust you anymore. Even the brand you're trying to build, you will build it on a shaky ground. So you have to be consistent with who you are, either online and offline as well, because you're building a brand, and we've said it's digital creator economy. For you to create that brand consistently, you have to show up as the real you.
And the trust, what you mentioned there is quite important. Trust, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mama Bima, do you agree with that, especially the trust aspect of it?
Exactly. And I feel that why this economy is working is because people love to identify with someone else. And if you're able to actually earn people's trust, you know, it's actually easier for people to like trust Sally than even trusting a brand like this faceless big corporate. So yes, there's a whole trust, you know, conversation there
around that. Now, when you look at the digital creator economy, do you think or feel it's a passing trend, or is it something that is a long time kind of force to reckon with?
Oh, it's here to stay. I genuinely, as long as digital platforms are there, as long as the first thing that most people do when they wake up is, you know, pick up their phone. If you just look, if you look at meetings, or if you just look at people's habits nowadays, everyone has their phone. If I asked you probably, Sally, where is your phone? You probably know exactly where it is. So in this new era, I feel that this is here to stay. It has really opened so many opportunities for people to earn a livelihood. And I think as long as, you know, social media is there, as long as digital tools are there, this is here to stay.
Then how do in this, you know, space, then how do you think the digital creators can have a mind shift, you know, so that it comes to matters growth, matters financial planning, because some are just there to, you know, past time, you know, just trying. But can there be a mind shift, and how can that be achieved?
Yes,
A mind
shift is a must. Because personally, when I started, I used to start and say, today is my 90. I used to do a 90-day challenge of personal leadership, and for me, my mindset at that time, it was crazy, because I was just setting up myself for failure, because I had tried being consistent. I'm not. So I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna have the mindset of, if failing in this journey is guaranteed. So let me not focus on failing. Let me focus on finishing first these 90 days, and then I'll know what to do next. So for me, that mindset helped me to stay consistent, even if it's tough, because my goal was I have to finish these 90 days. Number one, whether they are likes, whether they are views, I don't care. My goal is I finish these 90 days, I create content for these 90 days. And the reason why I did the 90 days is because for you to build a lifestyle, you have to do something consistently for 90 days. So I wanted it to be my lifestyle, where I teach people about leadership online. So that's why I went for the 90 days. And I didn't look at the metrics that guy, this video has 2 views, this video has 2
I'd be
likes.
discouraged personally.
So you see,
I'm not seeing me.
you see, what I realized, if I look at that,
Yeah.
it will be the mindset of I am not doing anything.
Exactly.
But if I concentrate and focus on just this is the goal, finish the 90 days, create content, build my muscle when it comes to creating content.
Yes.
That was the mindset that kept me going. Right now, I'm shaky.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm like, hey, the views.
And, my next question would be then, where are you at right now? Where are you placed right now? Even with your 2-1 views, where are you placed right now?
So currently, I'm now looking at the metrics because I'm past the phase of consistency. I've already built that muscle.
Right.
So I need to look at, okay, what is working, what is not working, what can I do?
Yeah.
Right now, it's okay to look at the metrics. But when you're starting, because you're still building that muscle and still want to keep the momentum or keep the ball rolling, you need to stop. You don't look at the metrics.
Okay.
Because the metrics will discourage you. And you're people who want to see results instantly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you continue looking at the metrics when you're starting, hey, utakufa roho.
And I want Mama Bima to also add your voice into that, because when someone is starting, she's talked about not looking at the metrics and all that.
Yes.
How about you? From where you sit,
yes,
what are some of those steps then maybe I'm a starter and I want to get into this space? What are those things that maybe you may advise me not to do or do?
Let me tell you how I started. When I started, I don't think people wanted per se to follow a page that was talking about insurance.
Yeah.
I think it felt like it was such a boring topic. So I created my own community, and my community was my family, our WhatsApp group.
Okay.
I would post, and then I'd run and tell them, hey guys, I have posted. Here's the link, run. And my mom would come in. There was always someone who would like and comment, written, Ann Kimara. My mom would come in and say, oh, Mama Bima, you're the best insurance. I just learned how to just, psych myself up in the whole journey. But one thing from the get-go, I would tell myself, even if I got 2 likes or 5 likes or 10 likes, I would always quantify. I wouldn't just look at it as a like. I would say, like, those are 10 people in front of me who gave me an audience.
Absolutely.
If my video got 200 views, I would be like, do you know what it means to speak to 200 people? Because if, as an insurance agent, if I set out to speak to 200 people in any given day, like face-to-face, it's a task that's almost impossible to do. So to be able to create like a 3-minute video, a 5-minute video, where 200 people. So for me, it's always been, I just don't see likes. I actually see the actual
number.
These are actual people who consume this. But what I say is just keep showing up. The first 2 years of my creator journey, it was just silence. And then out of nowhere, my numbers blew up. I think we are approaching like 40,000 on IG.
Oh, wow.
And I keep telling God, oh my, how did this happen? I was checking like TikTok, we are now past 17,000.
Wow.
Facebook, the same thing. And I go like, wow, ours is a page that primarily speaks about financial advisory, insurance, protection planning. So to be able to create such a healthy and, those types of numbers in a community, it's a blessing. So at first, of course, it could be very shaky. It could be hard to grow the numbers, but trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust
very
the process
important.
and just keep being consistent.
Exactly what Ann Mercy was saying. And now that you've trusted this process, then how do you stay grounded? What advice do you give to these creators to just now stay grounded and, in the
process?
Space? Yeah.
The first thing is understanding your why. Why did you start it in the first place? If your why is shaky, you'll also just be following trends. Oh, this video is trending right now. This sound is trending right now. Let me use it. Or this is the dance that people need to do so that you can go viral. You'll be moving with the waves. And that's not a good place to be at when you're becoming a creator. You need to know why. Why are you starting? Did you do it to educate, to inspire, to entertain? And if that's your why, go use it all the way.
Okay.
Because that is how you stay even consistent with your brand. Like that's how people get to know you.
Absolutely.
Not like today people know me as Ann Mercy Personal Leadership. Tomorrow they're seeing me dancing. The other day they're seeing me acting. They're like, hey, who is this?
Choose one.
Choose one. So if it's personal leadership, let it be personal leadership all the way. Yes, you can use different formats to pass the message, but your why is still seen in each and every content that you create.
Probably you're just super talented and you can do all this. But anyway, this is a very interesting conversation, and we might even forget to get into a break. But we just want to remind you that this morning we're talking about Matters digital creator economy, with an amazing panel of ladies who are experts when it comes to Matters Digital. I'm here with, Charlene, aka Mama Bima, as well as Anne Mercy Waithira, who is also an expert when it comes to personal leadership, So we'll be right back after this break as we listen to Joyce as she speaks to us about Matters, keeping Jesus on the air as our partner. We'll be right back.
For God is the one who gives and provides seed for the farmer and then bread to eat. In the same way, he will provide and increase your resources and then produce a great harvest of generosity in you. So when I talk about faith and resources, you realize that in every resource that God gives us, inside that resource, there is seed and then there is bread. So one of the things that I will encourage you is this: the salary, the profits, whatever it is that God has given you as an ability to make wealth. Once you have made that wealth, inside that wealth, God ensures that there is a seed and then there is bread. So God expects you to eat because he also gives you bread. But he also does not expect you to eat your seed. Why is that important? Even in the rule of a farmer, you don't eat the entire harvest. You plant back so that tomorrow you have something to eat. And so when it comes to giving, you realize that once God has given you what he has given you, make sure you divide. And you divide seed. And you make sure there is seed, you make sure there is bread. You make sure that your family is good, your family is stable, you have taken care of your family, and at the same time you have invested in the kingdom of God, and at the same time you have invested in the wisdom of here on earth, because you are here, you have not gone to heaven. So you need to invest here. And at the same time, we need to invest in the spirit. So we have two levels of investment. We invest spiritually based on giving to the things of God, to the work of God, to ensure that the kingdom of God is expanding. That is why we give to God through the churches and the ministries that God has allowed you to give into. That is spiritual investment. Then we have the natural investment, where we have our investors teaching us on how to invest. So that is the wisdom of God. So that's how you use your seed. And at the same time, bread is when you take care of your family. So the Bible is saying, as you do that, God is going to increase you and God is going to multiply you. So God has created a system in the kingdom of God as a Christian, because I'm talking to you as a Christian. There is a system of being blessed, and you can't create your own system. So follow the systems that God has given us as children of God. And if you follow it in obedience, you will eat the good of the land. So may the Lord bless you so much, and may the Lord increase you in your giving. Don't grow weary. May the Lord use you, and don't be discouraged. Even when you hear whatever that is happening in the world, stick to the word. Obey God. Obey the word of God. It will work for you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord increase you, and support Family TV, because they are doing something that none of you, and I mean, you and I cannot be able to go to the places that this station is going. May you also hear God and be part of this blessing in this ministry. God bless you so much, and may God increase you.
Wow, welcome back. Welcome back to Family Matters Financial Clinic, where, as I said earlier, we're talking Matters, the rise of the digital creator economy. And, if you want to be part of this conversation, remember you can do that by plugging in on 20316 SMS line, 0786 316 316. That is our WhatsApp line. And as I said earlier, I'm joined by an amazing panel of ladies who will be taking us, or helping us unpack and understand better what digital creator economy is all about. But before then, we were just listening to Pastor Joyce right there, and she was talking about investing in God's kingdom. And remember, we've been talking about Lamu the past 1 month in October. We're talking about Lamu, our new family members, our babies, and we just want to again come back to you and say thank you. Remember, from the 10 lepers, only one went back to say thank you, and we are the one. We're coming back to you to say thank you very much for just being part of this journey to enable us to get that frequency. But remember, we're still investing in the house of the Lord. We're still investing in this ministry because we want this to be up and running so that our Lamu brothers and sisters can also get to be part of this informative, amazing conversations with such amazing ladies, Mama Bima, as well as Anne Massey. So, guys, ladies rather, Karibuni, welcome back. And let's get back to this conversation that really, rarely do we laugh about matters money here. It's normally some serious business. But today, I think this digital thing is interesting, and that's why a lot of people are getting in there. There's no pressure. You work at your own space, at your own pace, and own space, like you said, even just a phone and stuff like that. So it makes it very easy. Anyway, let's talk about some of the common mistakes, Mama Bima, that you've seen these digital creators making when it comes to money matters.
I would say we are still so stuck on you as the brand and not seeing yourself as an actual business. So possibly we are not formalizing, like we're not putting in structures. And this leaves us at a disadvantage. For example, if you think of maybe the traditional professional who's in a work environment, they're doing their 8 to 5, they're possibly drawing a pension, say, from their employer. So you're in the digital space, you are earning, you're probably most likely out earning the 8 to 5 professional and possibly even making many times beyond what that other professional is doing. But we are not setting aside any money because it almost feels like, inakuja, itaendelea kukuja. So I think one of the things is we've not formalized our structures. We're not doing like our pension planning. You're not starting to look and say, so I'm 39, I just turned 39. And you're not thinking of how about 60-year-old me? How about 50-year-old me? So I'm not putting something aside, okay? I think also maybe another key mistake is we really tend to mix the funds, like personal funds with the business funds. There's no demarcation there. So ikikuja, all of it, you don't know what is where. Yes. So you're not even putting something aside, say, for a rainy day. And also maybe there could also be some laxity. The way you're saying you can plug in at whichever point. You see, with an 8 to 5, you're very structured. You know that I get in at this point, I work at this point, In this other area, you could actually just decide, what I'll do 2 days in a week. So in the long term, it will actually end up being very detrimental in terms of just even your own discipline, like even your own ability to bring in proper money. So I feel that, yes, very great space, opportunity to really monetize, but I think if we are able, like now, for example, I'm so happy to meet Anne Massey today because I'm like, you know what? I think I actually need a personal leadership trainer. You get because now has the kind of, like training or mentoring that she can give me or coaching that she can give me will actually help me to see myself like beyond being, say, Mama Bima. Absolutely. How am I also just running myself, ensuring that I stay disciplined, ensuring that I also run my business because beyond being, say, Charlene, the person people see on social media, I am a principal officer. I have a team of, 9 employees, So how do I ensure that even beyond what people see on social media, that you're also running a business and doing so prudently? Yes.
I think so. What you're saying is also like you wake up in the morning, dress up, and show up as much as you're just online. I think it's important.
Can you see today I'm suited up? And it feels good because you do not want them now to be too lax. You don't want just to, disregard.
But it speaks to your brain, doesn't it?
Yes. But at least when you're able to wake up, show up on time. Now that's the other thing. It could actually work in the positives. I think for me, getting into this space now, even beyond formal employment, I found myself even putting in way more time you know, into my hustle, you know, into my work. I would say, like last evening, I probably got home maybe at 10. Okay, it's not the best of work-life balance or anything. And today by 5, literally my makeup artist was in my home.
Wow.
Do you get? Like, yes. So it's also an opportunity for us to really plug in and engage. So if you get it right, you really get it right. But I think if you also become just steady with the opportunity, it could actually go downhill.
Okay.
Yes.
Matters leadership. Let's talk about some of the leadership lessons probably you've seen or observed successful creators have embodied, you know, without even realizing that actually this is leadership. What are some of those lessons?
The first lesson that comes to mind immediately is being firm and stern with your values.
All right.
There are creators, let me talk especially to people who want to be influencers, because most young people think about creating content, you're like, that's being an influencer. And when it comes to influencing, are you stern and firm to say, these are the values that I stand with, these are the brands that I can work with, these are the brands that I can't work with? Or are you the kind of person who just moves? Any person comes to you, sawa, I will do it. Any person coming to any brand, you're okay with it. So you first displaying leadership skills as a creator is understanding your values and standing firm with your values, even when it comes to what you represent, how you show up, the kind of brands that you engage with. That's the first one. The other thing is understanding how you portray yourself out there. Even if we say social media is being authentic, there are some things you can't post. There are some things are just private for you. So how you show up really matters. How you engage with your audience is so important. And it displays your level of, let me say, maturity in terms of social media maturity. Because whether you realize it or not, people hear you. People subscribe to what you say. And you're leading people, even if you don't realize it, you're leading people. So are you leading people in the right way, in the positive way? So that also displays your form of leadership when it comes to the digital space.
When you look at the digital creation, Mama Bima, can we look at it as a new form of SME in a way?
Yes, of course. And that's why I was saying it's good to see yourself beyond Charlene and actually see that this is an actual business that I'm running. Yes. And you will notice, by the way, that behind many of the creators that we have, you'll notice they're even now starting to have employees. You know, someone will have somebody who's manning some of the platforms that they have.
Digital managers.
Yes. So it is maybe it's a section of the SME that is quite neglected at this point. We have not yet sort of like packaged it or put a label to it. But yes, definitely, you know, because you'll find creators. For example, people could look at me and see me as a creator, as Mama Bima. But behind Mama Bima, there's actually Mama Bima Kenya Insurance Agency that employs people, you know. So
it's a whole business.
We are paying tax to KRA. You know, and these are 9 young people who've gotten employment courtesy of the work that we are doing and courtesy of the work that's been powered by, you know, the digital platforms.
Let's talk to, you know, creators who want to compete globally, but then their mindset and thinking is very local and you know, traditional. How do they get out of that?
The first thing you first need to realize is, because it's internet, it's global already. So if I post a video, it doesn't mean it will only go for people in Kenya. Yes, it will, but other people will see it. So even if you're local, you have to think global. Look at what is happening, for example, in my industry of leadership, what is happening globally. In insurance, what is happening globally, and start to relate to that. And start seeing yourself the way Charlene said, it's not about the likes, it's not about the views. If those 200 people go, personally, I usually go and check the countries. And I realize here, at times, the majority of the people that are seeing me are not even in Kenya. There are people outside. There are people outside. So if I just think and box myself in Kenya,
Yeah.
I'll be limiting myself.
Right.
So instead of us just thinking of Kenya is just okay for me, Kenya is too small for you as a creator. Think globally.
Absolutely.
And right now we have that space. Like I don't have to go to South Africa to speak to people. With my phone, I'm going to South Africa to speak to people. So just remember that the mere fact that you're in social media, you're already operating in a global stage. So position yourself, talk in the global language. If it's English, use English in some of the videos. If you want to maybe focus on Kenyans, use Kiswahili, or just ensure that you're also targeting those people, even in terms of the hashtags that we use. You don't have to use for Kenya alone. Try and look at, okay, my industry, what are the hashtags that are there that I can use for my industry, and use those hashtags. Look at people in the same field in other countries, what are they doing? Try to connect with them. And it's simpler. Just with a comment, somebody can be able to see your profile. With DM, somebody from different country can be able to interact with you. So let's expand our scope of thinking and see, by the way, with this phone, I can access people from different parts of the country or of the world.
You know, when you look at the digital creators, it's not like they have a consistent kind of income, Mama Bima. But then, so from where you know your space, your expertise, what are some of those budgeting strategies or even financial tools that can help them just maneuver and survive this volatility, you know?
And that is true. Some months are good, others there could be a dip. And I think the first thing is we need to learn how to budget for sort of like seasonal income or irregular income. And I think the first thing that I would highly encourage our creators to do is pay yourself first. Like ensure that number one, out of even the income that's coming in, don't look at it as hiyo teni yangu ya kukula and then next month we look for more. Have like a consistent income that you know out of whatever comes in, this is what my income month on month or salary wise is. That way it gives you room to allow some of the money to trickle into other months. Number two, please let's start by having an emergency fund. We cannot belabor this. You know, I think we went through COVID, we saw that life can definitely change. Everything can
overnight,
overnight. You know, we can wake up tomorrow and we hear, you know, we cannot move out of Nairobi, you know, and so on. So I think having an emergency fund where you know that, you know, even if things were to dip, I am able to cater for my expenses for the next 3 months to 6 months. And having an emergency fund is very simple. Use a tool like a money market fund. Track your expenses and get a proper understanding of how much are my expenses like month on month. If my expenses say are 100,000, okay, then my goal will be I want to have an emergency fund maybe that can get me going for 6 months, for example. So I know my goal is to save into my money market up to maybe the goal of 600K. It's not something you do overnight. This is a goal that you could even achieve over 2 years or even 3 years, but just get started and be very consistent in putting the money there. So I believe like with proper tracking of expenses, with having a budget, like a proper budget, you know, so that you know that even if I am able to bring in 200K or 300K, if I've already said that my expenses are 80K, for example, then I know I'll be able to hive off about 200 or 120 on the side. I think it starts with that kind of discipline, you know, for most creators. So if you can just learn to budget for seasonal income and have an emergency fund, I think you'll be a step ahead.
We're women and we cannot have this conversation without talking about us as women. Now, in your space as women, how can a woman just navigate this space, the digital creator economy, boldly without, because there's so much societal, you know, expectations and biasness. So how can they navigate here, this space?
As a creator and as a woman, I've seen that at times it's easier for me as a woman to navigate the creator space.
Oh, yeah?
Because it comes naturally. We know women, we say we talk too
Yes,
much.
yes,
So talking at times might come naturally
Okay.
when it comes to, especially speaking videos.
Yes.
But what I've found as a disadvantage is, especially in my field, I remember there was a potential client who called me and said, oh, I like your services, but unfortunately you're a woman.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what? Unfortunately, you're a woman, so I don't think you can teach me leadership.
Wow. And young at that.
Yes, and young at that. So in my mind, I was like, wow, this is how discrimination feels like. So of course, I shoveled it. I was like, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, no problem. But I realized that the society is still yet, especially in the field of leadership, the society is still yet to embrace that, by the way, women can teach us how to lead, especially a young woman can teach us how to lead. But again, if there's a flip side, there's also the positive side is way better. Because even in terms of, again, I look at the metrics in my social media, in my platforms, I'll see majority of the people who follow me are men. So they like to be inclined to the opposite gender and see and hear what I have to say when it comes to leadership and how can I teach them to lead themselves and see leadership from a different perspective. And also the good thing about being a woman is we are able to model ourselves and fit in any situation.
Absolutely.
So that one is a positive. It's a plus. It's a plus. Yeah.
Oh, it feels good to be a woman.
Yeah.
Any other day. Anyway, let's get to the social. I can see a comment here. Someone is saying, this is Njuki. Said, good morning, Sally. Njuki here. Today's conversation has been an eye-opener. I've always had challenges knowing where to start with recording content for my niche, but I've gotten some great tips from the lovely ladies. Thank you. I have a quick question. How do you synchronize the passion for your niche with the consistency needed to push content on social media? That's the first question. What measures have both of them put to maintain their consistency? So I think I'll go to you, Mama Bima. How do you synchronize the passion for your niche with the consistency that you need to push content on social media?
Okay, so for me, I look at the content that I create on my social media as my sort of like day-to-day, like it's a daily absolute that I have to do to get my message out there, so as to get my audience and to get clients. So for me, social media is literally, it's a business, you get? It's nothing to play with. So the same way, if I want on social media, I'm sure I would be waking up and going out there, door knocking and so on. Social media now becomes my new version of cold prospecting, of door knocking, of, going up and down. So because I'm very engaged, in my business, in being an insurance agent, so there are no two questions about it, So consistency is not something I struggle with. I would probably say I am a hard worker, possibly an overworker, but so I never struggle with that. And I really do see social media for what it is, possibly the most powerful tool that is out there to really help us reach our, our targeted niche clientele market.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
We have only about like 4 minutes to go.
Yes.
Let's just talk about what measures you've put to maintain the consistency very quickly.
So for you to be consistent, I want you to see your page as your shop. If you had a physical shop, you'll be opening it every day. Every day, because if you don't, somebody will say, ile duka ifunguliwangu. So the same case when it comes to your page. If you're saying you're a mental health advocate, when people come to your page, do they see your page, your shop, haifunguliwangu? So have the mentality that if people come to my page, will my page scream what I do? Will it be able to tell somebody, by the way, this is who I am, and I won't have to explain a lot about it? So ensure that you're maintaining your consistency because you want people to know who you are and what you're about.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And because of time, but I would want to just take this question very briefly. What works for content creation? Is it going for what one is passionate about, or create content based on demand and trends? Mama Bima, very briefly.
I think for me it's worked because I've gone for what I'm passionate about. So it's natural and it's also my day-to-day. So it's just plugging myself into my profession and bringing it online. Yes.
And as your parting shot, what would you want our viewers to know or hear?
For everyone who's out there and you're wondering, oh my God, how do I get started? Start scared. Start today. Start with that grainy phone. You know, don't wait for the day you'll own an iPhone 17. No. Start with that one that you have right now. Start before you get a tripod. Use your books to stack up that phone.
Oh, wow.
And don't strive for perfection. You keep getting better over time. Look at us on a whole morning show, not scared. My voice is not shaky. If you saw me 2 years ago at Ongenili, you would have cried on my behalf.
Okay, and Mercy, your parting shot.
So I'll say, number one, know why. Yes, you want to create. Why do you want to create? Once you have a strong why, start with what you have. There's a phone and the light, natural light, you're good to go. And please don't be scared of the metrics. At first, please don't be scared. Let those metrics
they can be discouraging.
They can be discouraged, but please
let them don't intimidate you.
Yes, because Rome was not built in one day. You won't build your brand in one day.
Wow.
Yes. So
my amazing director, if only he could give us another hour. Thank you, ladies. I've really enjoyed this particular show. Thank you so much for making time, for just helping us understand a lot of things we've learned. I've learned personally, and I'm sure our viewers and listeners, wherever they are, they've also learned. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your feedback, just for creating time to be here as we talk about digital creator economy. We've also created time to just be here and want to say asante sana, and also to our partners wherever you are, want to say a big thank you. And remember, we value, we treasure you, and if you want to be part of this team, the people we're calling partners, special people, they are the ones who actually ensure that this ministry, this kind of information gets to you. You can do that by sending the word partner to 20316 SMS line, or 0786316316. That's our WhatsApp line, and our amazing team of customer service, they will come out and reach out to you and guide you on how to become a partner. And if you also want to support us in one way or the other, collaborate with us, you can do that through paybill number 316, and the account number is your telephone number. We also have a cooperative bank account, and you can support us through account number 0113 600 799-100, and the account name is TBN Family Media. I repeat, the account number for Cooperative Bank is 0113 600 799-100. Account name is TBN Family Media. God bless you and keep you. And remember to actually subscribe to our Family Media YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share, and let everybody know about Family Media. We'll see you tomorrow on Matters Relationship. God bless you and keep you. Bye for now.